Hello YouTubers, Atari Leaf here, and I'm doing a tag response video for Jiggywig 64's top 10 favorite cartridge games. Hold on, the phone is ringing. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, the tag was your top 10 favorite cartridge games. I'm going to do something a little bit different because I have so many systems with so many great games. It would be impossible for me to go through them all and say, here's my 10 most favorite games out of my collection. So what I'm going to do is take one game from each system that I own and say it's probably my favorite game for that particular system of carts that I own. Actually 11 here, but the 11th one you could say technically isn't a cartridge. So I'm not including PlayStation, for example, and Dreamcast because they're not cartridge based. And even this 11th one, I guess you could say technically isn't a cartridge either, so I'll leave that till last. Okay, for the Sega Master System, great system. I would have to say that my favorite game on the system that I own is Rampage. Great game. I actually just did a review on this not too long ago. It's my favorite version of Rampage for any system. Just fantastic. So that's for the Sega Master System. Commodore VIC-20. Another classic arcade port, Omega Race. So that would be my favorite game for the VIC-20. Excellent, excellent port. And if you saw one of my reviews recently, there's a great sequel to Omega Race called Omega Fury, done by home brewer Robert Hurst. Okay, let's jump up to the Genesis. Genesis, this was an easy choice for me. I love the entire series, but of the three, Road Rash 2 is my favorite Genesis game. Number 2. Probably because it's the first one I played, but it's excellent. Okay, Super Nintendo. This was an easy choice too. It's actually a favorite of both my wife and I, and it's Tetris Attack. Really fun puzzle game, especially with 2 players. Love this game. Definitely my favorite Super Nintendo game. Let's go back a little bit to the NES. And by the way, these aren't in any particular order from like 10 to 1, so these are just my 10 favorite cartridges, one from each system. So I'm sorry, I'm doing the tag a little bit different than I guess was originally intended, but as originally intended, I think it would have been impossible for me to do. Anyway, NES. This is going to seem strange to some people, and I think I've said this before, but Balloon Fight, because I love Joust, and this is a much better version of what I consider a great Joust game. That's fantastic. Balloon Fight. Yep, it's not Super Mario, it's not Zelda, it's Balloon Fight. Intellivision. I don't have many Intellivision games, and if I had Bump and Jump, I would probably pick that. But as it stands right now, out of my meager Intellivision collection, Burger Time is my favorite. Really, really great port of an arcade classic. The Tandy Color Computer, everybody knows I'm a huge fan of that. Of the carts that I have, and I have, I don't know, 50 or so carts for the Tandy Coco, my favorite is definitely Double Back. And it's a little harder to find in cart form, but it's just a really simple but really fun and addicting game. I did a review on this too. You have to kind of circle the objects on the screen without your little line actually touching anything. It gets very challenging. Favorite Coco game. And the last 3 here are for the Atari. One each for the Atari. The 2600, easy choice, and again I've said this before. Circus Atari, my absolute favorite 2600 game. For the Atari 7800, again this was an easy choice. Food Fight, awesome, awesome game. And for the Atari 8-bit computers, another simple choice. The original Donkey Kong. Very common, but I think is the best home port of Donkey Kong from that era on any system. And it has all 4 screens too. And so that's 10 cartridges. My 10 favorite cartridges, I guess you could say. Now number 11, I said I wasn't going to necessarily include in the group because it's not technically a cartridge, but it's an excellent game and my favorite on the system. And it's Blazing Lasers for the TurboGrafx 16. And it's not a cartridge, it's one of those little, it's called a Hue card. So I didn't know whether to include it or not, but excellent game. So there's my favorite cartridges, favorite games, one each per system. I hope this is okay the way I did it. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great day.